really don't know where to begin this evening. There are a couple of things I want to discuss with you people, but I'll equally try to be as brief as possible because I do not control the network. It might switch off at any time. First, let me sound this warning. There is one young man who is called NJ Mo Jesus. He should be the type of Jesus we find in Angola, not Jesus of Nazareth. He has come on my Facebook page and he's spending his time insulting me and saying all types of things. I don't know how old he is. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know what mistakes his parents made in producing him into this world. But let me assure you of one thing. Whoever you are, if you think you are man enough, you should pick up your phone and give me a call. And I'll give you a washing down. There are a couple of people that if you don't have something to do, it's 9 p.m. in Amberland, go to bed and sleep. Go to bed and sleep. That is what you should do. You shouldn't come to Facebook to watch me. A rope has not been tied on your neck. You are not being forced. If you can't respect yourself, you will not be able to respect anyone who appears here on this forum. That is a warning I'm giving to you and to each and everyone who is going to come here and use this platform as a means of muddying the water or trying to insult people. That said, I know that many of you who have come online want me to talk about what has transpired in FACO of recent with the merciless and uncalled for slaughtering of General Opopo of the Southern Cameroon Defense Force. But before I go to that, there are a couple of things I want to talk about, and very briefly. I have never spoken to Mrs. Edith Ngang directly. I know a lot of exchanges have taken place some time ago, which were not good to this platform. But I do not hold her any grudge on the things she might have said about my person or Sokadev or the APLM. I think that the situation she finds herself in is one in which, whether you love her or not, whether you like her or not, you have two things to do: to sympathize with her or you shut up. If a woman can go that far to take the risk she took, no matter the mistakes that were made in taking that risk, and she took that risk on behalf of our people, of our homeland, of our nation, and yet instead of her receiving just sympathy with absolute silence, no comments, or directly reaching out to her and the other comrades who are involved in this legal saga, it is unacceptable for any one of us to go online and use this particular situation to attack her and to talk of things that are far gone by. It seems as if those of you who call yourself Ambazonians and you've come to these forums and you've come to Facebook, some of you who call yourself leaders, some of you who are legalists, you have lost all sense of responsibility and understanding. Because the treatment which some of you are giving to Mrs. Edingang is the same treatment you have given to Julius Ayoktabe. The same person, you were the same people who were showering blessings and all types of things upon him. You were throwing red carpets, you were renting limousine, and giving him the impression that he has become the new head of state of a country that is not yet existing. A country which a good number of you people are doing everything possible to make sure it never comes to fruition, yet deceiving the people. This attitude is not good at all. As much as those of you who say you are Christians, you know very well that you are teaching the doctrine of do what I say, not what I do. This is not a good lesson for this struggle. This has been going on and on and on and on. That when an Ambazonian falls, for the cause of the struggle, in one way or the other, you find others celebrating it. And you begin to ask yourself, who exactly are these people? What exactly do they want? Even in times as difficult as this, you go out doing merrymaking on Facebook, on ABC, and elsewhere. It is unheard of. The way you people carry yourself, one begins to think of the type of country that we want to build. That is why, as I said before, our prayers are not going anywhere. In fact, they don't even leave the confines of where we are praying. The prayers don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. The worst of all, you find men and women of God, people who say they are servants, people who are supposed to be the ones leading the flock, those of us who are not of the calling, the pastors, the evangelists, the so-called prophets and all whatnot. They are the same people doing these things. You begin to ask, who exactly is their God? Who do they worship? Because even in our traditional religion, people don't behave this way. People don't behave this way. We have become a bunch of scumbags. And conscientiously dead individuals who are moving alive. We have no pity for ourselves. We live for now, and we deceive the people that we are living to make sure that we are fighting for them. It is so painful. This is an issue which I did not just want to go around that area. But it is unacceptable to find the things some of you people go to Facebook and you go to WhatsApp and you do. So you tell me, when you take down the same people who have come join you in the struggle in this manner, when they fall, who else are you encouraging to join the struggle? Who else? In the open. Who else is going to do it? Some of you have not learned that there are times that you need to shut up. You just need to be silent. You don't need to jump the bandwagon of everything that you see online. You must make a statement. If you don't come out and speak, you are going to come out with some crazy press releases and all whatnot. Can't you seal your lips? Can't some of you be dignified for 1 second? Can't you show some degree of responsibility? What do you teach your children? What do you teach your kids? Those of you who are religious leaders, what are you teaching in Sunday school? What do you teach the kids who come to you to seek for guidance? I know I'm just throwing waters on Deck's back. Because some of you have a mission. Your mission is to make sure that you run some of us down, so much so that we become too tired and not willing to continue this struggle. A few days ago, some of you heard they say, oh, Dr. Kwanga has resigned. And then you find people like Comrade Chris Arno online, go to his Facebook page and say, Kwanga has resigned, what is he up to? Knowing fully well that resignation is a clone account done by MKPD of La République du Cameroon. So you can understand how these people are celebrating. They are celebrating a resignation of somebody who did not receive an employment letter. So you guys are saying that I resigned. Who gave me an employment letter? Where was I employed? That I should send my resignation to. I tender my resignation. Have you people forgotten that this struggle is me, is my entire life? You can do or say what you want to say. I am the struggle. I, Akwanga. You might not like it, but you have to deal with me. You see, the Romans and some of the Jews did not like Jesus, but they have to deal with him. Moses was not loved by most of the Israelites, but they have to deal with him. That is the way it works. Some of you people go out there because you want to give your leaders certain positions. There is some of you are saying, oh, the new Moses is Molasako. And that is, in fact, it's a good symbolism. Don't forget that Moses never saw the promised land. Don't forget. So the Moses you people are calling and the chaos you people are causing, you are merely passing a message that this Moses is not going to see the promised land. will not see that Ambazonian. And there are many Moseses like you out there, the negative ones. You are not helping this struggle in any way. Because if I'm speaking and you come here and spend 20, 30 minutes throwing insults on me, you're not going to change me. I am still who I am. You won't take my doctorate degree. You won't take my family. You won't take anything from me. In fact, you will demean yourself. If you are man enough or woman enough, that is all you can do. You can destroy yourself. You will not even sleep this night. You will not sleep this night. Because you are troubling your soul for something that you cannot change. You can't change truth. No matter how you try to paint it black, truth is truth. So my advice is simple. If you can't sympathize with Mrs. Edingang and others who have fallen victim to this legal situation, please just shut up. Close your fangs. Shut your mouth. Just stay quiet. It doesn't hurt to be quiet. It is a responsible way of acting. You realize that when Comrade Ayabacho, Lucas, and Nnamdi Kanu went out and carried out whatever they did out there, you never heard a single comment from me, from the APLM or Sokadev. Because we don't need to comment. You don't comment on everything. You should not hear something is out there, you say, no, you must make a comment. Dr. Kwanga says we are suspending Ghost Town for a few hours. You want to make sure you make a comment. You go out there, you send press releases, you do deniability. You're not Dr. Kwanga. Why are you denying something that you did not declare? You're not Dr. Kwanga. When you do this, you show it's a certain degree of absolute craziness. And then you believe that me, I will resign. I was not employed. I cannot resign from myself. If I am the struggle, how am I going to run away from myself? Except I'm dead. So this tells you the people who are celebrating that I have left the struggle. Those who say they are Ambazonians are people who are praying every day, oh, this man is a stumbling block to all the criminality that we are doing. Why can't he die? I'm not dying anytime soon. I've told you people. In fact, I am death have signed an agreement for postponement. I'm not dying anytime soon. Any one of you is thinking I'm going to die is a nightmare you're having. I'm not dying anytime. I've even told you people that if I die, I will come back and finish the struggle. Then I die again. So stop troubling yourself. I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. La Republique fed me with physics for 2 weeks. Tortured me, put electrical shock on my body, put me on the balançoire, put me on solitary confinement for 2 years. I suffer partial paralysis of my lower limb. Some of you have not even been sick 1/3 of what I am. You are dead already. Why do you think I'm alive? You think I'm Superman? No. I got a mission. If I don't complete it, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not even on the reserve bench for people who have to die. I'm not there. So if you are praying that I should resign since I've not died, then you should have your head examined somewhere in the garage. Because something is definitely wrong with you. I am not going anywhere. You guys will have to contend with me. You will see me every day on your faces if you come to Facebook. You will hear me every day if you go to WhatsApp. The things I say behind and the things I say in the open. So just know that you will have to deal with Dr. Ebenezer Derrick Mbongo Akwanga. You will have to deal with me. I am not going anywhere. Mr. Ano, I am here. You met me here and you will go and leave me here. Each one of you who is thinking I'm going somewhere, I am here to stay. When my time comes, I will exit. And I will not go like most of you people. I will not. There is another troubling issue which is on the ground. This past Friday, a colleague of ours, a friend, someone who was one class ahead of us at the Federal Bilingual Grammar School in Moliko, Max Fu Ndang, In fact, he was the overall best physics student at that time. And one of the best, if not the overall best physics teacher in our homeland. He was mercilessly murdered at 9 p.m. where he is head of department of physics at GBHS station in Kumba. Let me send this warning to each one of you. You are killing the brightest among us. This is not why we are fighting this war. This is not why. I know that there are young men who have never seen the four walls of a school. And some of them are not trying to impose or execute the imposition of Ghost Town. They are taking it out against those who have gone to school. This is exactly what Makias Ngema did in Equatorial Guinea, where he targeted every person who have gone to school because he is one of the dullest presidents who have ever existed in the world. Makias Ngema. He went after all intellectuals. As long as you could know how to read and write your name, you were killed. Or you have to escape on exile. It does not serve a good purpose for us to go out targeting our own. When we have that country tomorrow and we kill all the bright minds, what will become of us? How is killing Fumax Ndang, a physics teacher, part of liberating Ambazonian? Oh, he did not heed to the call that there should be no schools. He did not heed to the call. Don't you know what can be done to make sure schools do not exist? This is what we are doing. And we think that we can get away with all of these things. No! Records are being kept. Records are being kept. The former Prime Minister of Côte d'Ivoire has been sentenced to life imprisonment by the ICC. I know now many people are having the largesse to say, I don't care what will happen to me. No, you are just saying that now. When freedom will actually be at the tiptoe, some of you will die of shock to know that you will not taste that freedom. If you are a young man on ground zero and you think that targeting teachers or going after school children is the best way to liberate our homeland, you are mistaken. And if you are a parent, you are on ground zero, and you think that if your kids miss school for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, for this struggle, they are going to lose everything for the rest of their life, you are mistaken. That is greed of the highest level. I said it when the incident occurred in Kumba, which up to date, we cannot point a finger that it was done by our own people, because we know what happened at that particular school. We know what to do and we should do the right thing. We can continue to defend our homeland and go after the terrorists who are killing our people, who are raping our moms and daughters, who are molesting our octogenarians, who are raising down our villages. We can go after them without committing some of these unnecessary crimes. We must stop this. It is not helpful. I will not sit here and call names of people when a research has not been done. You saw what happened with General Popo, which I will come there very soon, where you will understand that this was a planned act. Even in the United States, with all the sophisticated weapons and the rest, when a murder occurs, it takes time for the people to come out and make declarations to explain to you exactly the nitty-gritty of what happened. But when people do the things that they do, they become law enforcement, they become the jury, and they become the executioner. You know, they are not far away from what the enemy is doing to us. They are just like the annexationists. The only difference is that they call themselves Ambazonians. This past Friday, Neville Ngoy, Ayombi Eta, and Gideon Achale, 3 aid workers of the International Rescue Committee. Some of you people don't know what you are doing. You go around kidnapping international aid workers, and you think that you can get away with this. And then you get tomorrow, and then you say, oh, Britain is not supporting our struggle. Look at what the United Nations is doing. See what Germany is doing. See the game the Canadians are playing. What the heck are you thinking? You kidnap IRC workers, the International Rescue Committee. You take them to the bush. They were kidnapped around Komboni before. And you take them to the bush. And today, you are asking the mother of one of them that they should produce 2 million CFA. What exactly are you people doing to this struggle? What are you people doing? You take them to the bush and you are asking their parents to pay 2 million. Yes, they might be Ambazonians, but they are aid workers. They must not be white. They must not have a Caucasian blood. They must not have a different color of their skin before you know they are aid workers. You cannot go around messing up this struggle. All the hard work that people have put on the ground, the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, and you go around taking people and asking for ransom, and others will come and they start pointing fingers. Oh, you are collecting ransom here. You are collecting ransom. When they know themselves exactly what they are doing. Someone said they are being held at Ekeko's camp at Mbonge. Ekeko is not a fighter. He has no camp. He has a prison yard. He has declared that himself. And all of you know that. You know that. You know the atrocities he has committed. And you know the people who were trying to use him for propaganda purposes until he became more than an outlaw. He has declared himself that he is not in the Ambazonian struggle. He just wants to make his money. So he can go around kidnapping aid workers with the aid of our own brothers and sisters. And then he collects this money to go build a house in Nigeria. And there are people amongst you collaborating with this type of people. None of you is going to escape justice. Any one of you is doing this type of stuff. These aid workers should be released with immediate effect. And those who go around thinking that they can carry out this act of butchery, we are not going to wait for karma. Justice will come. I am assuring you that justice is coming. The US just gave visa restrictions. Most of you were panicking. A good number were calling me and asking me, Doctor, are you sure my name is on the list? What are the names on the list? Don't panic. The worst is still to come. When that worst will come, even those of you who are in the US, they will say, open your mouth, you will not talk. You will. Yeah, we had a technical issue. I will not keep you here for long because I want to talk briefly about the slaughtering of one of the bravest generals that we have had in this struggle, General Opopo. I said I will speak briefly about him because we are still doing our investigation. And we will make sure that when we are done, we will speak the truth exactly as it is. But I can assure you that we have gathered more than enough information and evidence that points to those directly responsible and how it happened. But there is one thing I want to say. I've said it before. Those of you who took Opopo's phone, there were several times I warned him. I spoke to him and I told him of his own excesses. That is the way I work. You see, every woman who has understood childbirth, a woman who has carried a pregnancy to up to 7 months or above, you know what pregnancy is all about, understands the pain of childbirth. So, no matter the outcome of the child she brings forth into the world, hardly will she abandon her child. It is easy for a man to turn away and abandon that child. But a mom will hardly throw away the child. Even if that child becomes as bad as what she had never expected, she will always stand with her child. If a child becomes an armed robber like Anini, who is caught, tied on the stick and being shot several times and even refused to die in Benin City, Anini's mom will not abandon Anini. That is how the world is. Because women understand the pain of childbirth. They will stand with their child, whether that child is good or that child is bad. In other words, I am not going to sit here and say General Opopo was a saint. I will never say that. But I will equally say that the times I caution General Opopo, I didn't do that in public. Neither am I going to do that in public here now. But there is one thing. Until sometime last year, when General Opopo became a target of fighters of the IG under Samuel Ikomesako and La République du Cameroon, I mean, until sometime last year, General Opopo remained, even unto his death, the most feared individual in Fako. And that is why today, audios are coming out from Bafia, where the military are complaining that they had contacted Opopo over the phone, begged him to give up the struggle, hand over his weapons, and move with his boys to the Didi Arukam. And he said over his dead body. And the army were saying today in Bafia that today Opopo is dead, not killed by them, but killed by his own brothers and sisters. And to prove to you how important Opopo was, today as I'm talking to you, the army has taken over Bafia. They came to Bafia by foot, not even by truck. They came at dawn, entered Bafia. Bafia where mountain lions went and installed a renegade Sokadefian, a child who has had his problems with Opopo, who might be on the right side in his problems with Opopo, but they went and installed him because this has been the battle all along. And when the military of La République, the terrorists came in, he was nowhere to be found. All of them ran into the bush. In fact, they actually saw one of the commanders there, Bertus. They saw him. And he started running into the bush. And they told him, don't run away. We have not come to kill you. We have come to make peace. And we have come to stay. In fact, they went to the place where Opopo was shot, took pictures, and went to where he was buried and took pictures. This is to prove to you who Opopo was. That despite all his errors, his faults as a human being, his excesses were, for example, I know very well that Opopo used undue force, excessive force, not on people who did not attack him, on Amba fighters who attacked him. When they attacked him, he had no mercy over them. Most of the time when you hear Opopo has used excessive force, is due to that. There are two Sokadefians who left, escaped, joined Mountain Lions, went and took an oath that they will never came back to Sokadev or to Opopo's camp. If they come, they will die. One of them came back, and he's the one who revealed it to Opopo. When they arrested him, Opopo turned to me and asked me, Pa, what should they do? I said, no, you can't kill him. You should stop taking human blood. I have it here in audio, in my communication with Opopo, because of network. If those who are having his phones, they can check it, they will see it there. I say, you are not going to kill him. I don't want any other blood to be spilled. You can keep him in prison. So when Ambazonian fighters at times tell you that, oh, we don't have prisons. No, we have prisons. Most camps have prisons. The thing is, we do not have the understanding that taking prisoners of war is a war tactics, and that we can use them in exchange for our own people. Like you saw what happened in Dian, where people were telling the fighters there that, no, those delegates that you have caught, just kill them. You don't have time moving with them. This is the type of wrong information and wrong advice that people in the diaspora are giving to some of the fighters. Knowing fully whether when you have claimed responsibility that, oh, we are the ones who took these delegates. Let me assure you that the time will come, if you kill them, you will have to produce them. Not to La République du Cameroon, to the international community. So don't think that if La République du Cameroon is going to be punished, the international community will go after them for the excesses, for committing crimes against international humanitarian law. They are going to spare some of us. They will not. It's going to be balanced. It will be balanced. But I don't care what happens to individuals in this struggle. I care what will happen to the struggle as a whole. That is my concern. The impact some of these activities are going to have on the dreams of the people in seeking freedom. If they're going to arrest as many people as possible and jail them for as long as possible, it's not a problem. The problem is, what impact will it have for this particular struggle that we are fighting for? What impact is it going to have? Is it going to be positive or negative? So when people go out, you arrest General Opopo. This is what they did. They stripped Opopo of every dress he was wearing, because they themselves, the fighters of Mountain Lions, and those who were there, thought that he was carrying out protection. So they need to strip him off. When they strip him off of everything he was carrying, they beat him like a slave, tied him on a bike, and pulled him on that bike at high speed to Bafia, more than 4 miles away. Now, you are an Ambazonian fighter. Just imagine what they have done to Opopo. Imagine what they will do to you tomorrow. So how are you people encouraging other young men who might have made errors, or who might not have even made errors, out of personal grievances? You want to target them. You treat people like this. Remember, in Fako, there is no general who have done what Opopo has done in Fako. They can come and testify. Some came and told me that, oh, this Opopo you are talking has never fought. I asked him that, were you not fighting with Opopo? When did you ever complain to me that Opopo has never fought? Were you not the same ones who were sending me messages, how you people have done wonders? The fighters under General Opopo and the rest. What was more than you to send me a message to complain that General Opopo does not go to the war front? Which of course were all lies. So why do you wait for Opopo to die, which you people have participated in killing him, and then you come out and say, oh, you know this Opopo you are talking? No, I don't believe those stories. I believe that the people who had complained about Opopo while he was alive. I won't hear anything you are telling me now. Because some of you who were trying to give these complaints, you were no longer under Opopo, but you never came back to tell me what was going on. You have your excesses, all of you. All of you. You know the people, the other Amba fighters you have killed. You have summarily executed them. You know the activities you have carried out on kidnapping people. Some of you, somebody like your spokesman. There is a young man they call, who comes from my 16 Bolifamba. This young man is talking of how he has collected more than 170 million, handed over to Mountain Lions through their spokesman. This young man, we fondly call him Dry Mbem from my 16. He used to be a good footballer. As I'm speaking to you, I know where he is. There is another young man that you people caught. You dug a grave. You were about burying him alive. I have to intervene. Without my intervention, you would have buried him alive. He's from Isu. He's called Mwambo. I also know where he is at this moment. I don't want to go into the excesses of what you people have done. Many people do not know that Godfather was a Sokadefian. That is, when I will be talking about the Opopo issue after the entire investigation, I will have to give a total rundown of exactly what has been going on in Fako. But remember one thing. In the night of April 29, 2018, to 1st of May 2018, under the auspices of General Opopo, 220 terrorists from the Tico military base of La République du Cameroon were wiped out around Munyenge area by forces led by General Opopo. They were having 250. 220 were wiped out. Some of you can still recall what happened, where corpses were all over the place. At one time, they came to the football field, the school field. That exploit that Opopo carried had never been repeated in Fako. And since Opopo stopped fighting sometime last year, nothing has happened in Fako since then, until recent. When it is still Sokadef that have to go and buy and supply to these very mountain lions. And what is the justification? Is there any Ambazonian fighter that have died on ground zero? Especially those targeted by us who say we are Ambazonians, without justification. Is it not now a normal thing with us that we give a dog a bad name to hang it? I was sitting here. How many of you have given me bad names? Some of you even have checks that are signed from La République. Checks that you have, that he signed this check, he took these millions, he took this. The same people who do these things, who say these things, are the same people who come behind and they tell me that, doctor, want to have a chat with you. They have two phones. One is to insult me, to castigate me, to destroy my image. The other one is to pretend. They call me uncle, they call me chairman, they call me doctor, they call me CIC. So what you did to Opopo is not different. They will do the same thing to some of you people. We know what has been going on. The same people who betrayed Bertrand are the same people of Mountain Lions. The same Bertrand who was the one fighting in Boya as a whole from my 16, who was killed by La République du Cameroon after you people betrayed him. They killed him with an axe. La République divided his body with an axe. And do you know, after all the kidnapping, they discovered 21 million. 21 million in his bank account, 5 million in his mobile money. 5 million. This is an Ambazonian fighter. From Mountain Lions. They took that money. They bought brasseries, blocked my 16. Every car that is coming from Kumba Boya going downwards, you must take a beer. Anyone that is coming from Mutengene upwards, you must take a beer, whether you drink or not. They were celebrating that they have killed Bertrand. The one you people have used and dumped. There is even a story worse than this one. This is going to come in the package after we finish our investigation. You declare them as something else. If I start counting them, there is no one that have died without all types of excesses. Oh, they did this, they did that. I mean, the ones killed by us, not La République even. While La République is there, giving justification on why they are carrying out this type of killings, we too, we are giving justification on our own barbarism, on our own. On our own. I know there were some of you people that Opopo locked up. I know. I know how many times I intervene on him not to torture people after he has locked them. Even at times that he has justification, that they were plotting to kill him. And some of them, he did not have justification. He was just acting like a military person who thought that he needs to carry out some actions. But most of his actions was when people attacked him, or he discovered that they have attacked him, he's not going to spare you. It's like a coup d'etat. When you organize a coup, the consequences is going to be death. That is what is going to happen. That is what will happen. Most of the things he had, when Divine attacked him, 18 young Ambazonians were killed. Opopo did not go and attack. He did not go after Divine. He was defending his territory. And in most instances, some of them were excessive. We condemn them. But it is only when he was attacked. We equally know that Opopo, just like most of you people, were mostly under the influence of drugs. I took this with him several times. And I got angry with him and I said, I will not give you any supplies. When people used to say, oh, Dr. Kwanga is not supplying stuff to Opopo and the rest. I said, no. You guys have money. You do not use money at times to buy what you need to buy. You use it to buy drugs. So I will not supply you anything. This was a decision that the hierarchy of Sokadev took. We discipline our fighters. We will not discipline them in public. We tell them, if this is what you are going to do, this is the action we will take. If you no longer want to fight for Sokadev, you can fight anywhere. After all, it is risky for any child to do what they are doing on ground zero. So we are not going to hire people's children, hire them for nothing, to risk their lives. So if you want to be a Sokadevian, you must respect international humanitarian law. Every time you go against it, we will sanction you. And when we sanction you, we are not going to come and announce it in public. We won't do that. And that is why I am saying, before we will have a full exclusive on him for the wonderful exploits that he carried out in Fako, I'm saying that he was not a saint. But none of the things you people go out there to justify is new to me, because that is the game you people play on ground zero. Opopo is gone. Now, Pa Finjab's cocoa farm or coffee farm can become yours now, Mountain Lions. Pa Esono from the Betty clan, his own farmland can become yours, because that is one of the things people are fighting for. You want exclusive access to this farmland. Now you have it. Opopo is no longer there. Unfortunately, you will have to defend that farmland. That is Bafia. It has fallen a few days after you kill Opopo. That even when Opopo was not fighting, La Republique could not take over Bafia. Even when he was not fighting. When the water pump for the Bafia the community water in Bafia got spoiled. Who bought it? It wasn't the people of Bafia. Opopo paid 550,000 to buy a new water pump for the people. And he paid the engineer who did the installation. And then he got somebody to look after the water pump to make sure there is constant supply of water for the people in Bafia. That is the Bafia that you people just went and installed a Sokadevian as the new head of Bafia. That is the Bafia that has been overrun within seconds. By photo, the people walked into Bafia and took over the place and said they have come to stay with the people. They have not come for war. And then what happened? Your commanders were running into the bushes. I don't know whether they were running away from Opopo's ghost. They were running into the bushes. And then every day you people are producing audios. You are lying. You are saying all types of things. You are trying to justify. Listen, let me tell you something. On the level of religiosity, you guys have saved Opopo. For the excesses that he might have committed in some instances, you have saved his soul because you've carried away his sins. On the issue of crimes, you have made it very clear that you killed him, and you are going to answer for that tomorrow. So even if Opopo had done certain things, you've taken it away from him. So the justice is now upon you. That is what you've done. I've advised you people time and time again that there are times that you can take people from La République du Cameroon. They could be administrators. They could be proconsuls. They could even be some of the terrorists. A good liberation force will not make an announcement even after 24 hours. They will keep those people for not less than 2 to 3 weeks. They will move them far away from their camps and they will keep them. Let me teach you people what I'm not supposed to do in public because you have refused to listen in secret. You take them, you keep them, you stay quiet. You let the enemy wonder what must have happened to them. You do not declare that you are keeping them. You do not ask for ransom because the moment you start asking for ransom, you are now bandits, not liberation forces. After 3 weeks, you send an official signal through a spokesperson that you are keeping these people. You wait for another 2 weeks and you prepare a list of Ambazonian detainees and prisoners. You might pick a list for those who are in different detention centers and prisons, both in our homeland and in their own homeland. And then you tell La République du Cameroon that you are keeping these prisoners and you are giving them 72 hours to begin talks for prisoners exchange under the auspices of the International Committee of the Red Cross, because that is what they do. You contact the ICRC, which is an international organization that you have prisoners that you are willing to exchange for your own. When you do this, the rest of the world begin to realize that you will do whatever it takes for your homeland. That makes you to be seen in the eyes of a liberation force. But when you take them, and then criminals abroad are telling you that kill them, and then you are making video today that you want money. The next day, when you see it is backfiring, you say you do not ask for money. You will show them pepper. You have declared that you are keeping them. This war will come to an end one way or the other. You and every person will answer for what must have happened to those people. Let me tell you something. When you take a prisoner of war, if he's got asthma, if he dies of asthmatic conditions, you must make sure you have an autopsy to prove it was asthma that killed him. Otherwise, you will be held responsible. There is just so much that we are not doing to lift ourselves to the same level like the ANC, like the South African Communist Party, like even the EPLF and others. And to those of you who are trigger hungry to kill, you can take some of these proconsuls without making an announcement and you resolve the issue quietly. What is wrong with you people that everything you run to Facebook, you claim responsibility and you think that you are doing the right thing? I am spokesman, I am this and that. You are claiming responsibility over the lives of people that tomorrow if something happens, you will not be able to justify what has happened to them. Do you think we will go scot-free? Do you think we will go scot-free? What makes us different from these people? Why are we running away from these people when we are doing exactly the same type of thing they are doing to us? What makes us different? You should tell me what makes us different. Because no matter the good work Sokadef is doing, some of the work some of your own people are doing on the ground is making a mess of everything. They say now one cocoa despoil the whole fufu. What makes it different? That's the question I'm asking. We are trying to be like them instead of proving to them that we are better than them, so we can no longer live with them because of what they have done and continue to do to us. So you tell me, this is the churches. Our churches now, our traditional churches, the Presbyterian, the Baptist, the Catholic, they are now participating in bribing our own fighters that they should drop down their arms. You know why? Because as the war goes on, money is getting dry. The church is not having enough resources. They want the schools to go on, they need to pay their staff. How much are you ready to pay for sacrifice for a homeland? I asked a question once, that if the people of Balikumbat and Bafanji can go to war constantly over a small piece of land. What about us for our homeland? What about us? Do we think that it is when we show how brutal we are that makes us in the same, that equate us to La République du Cameroon? No. We are making a big mistake. A very huge one. I know when I say it, those who are bookish will come and give all types of argument. No, I know what I'm saying. The difference between me and many of you is that this is what I study. Fortunately, I am a fighter. I'm not a politician. I am leading my own network, my movement, and my self-defense group. Fortunately, I am an expert in peace and conflict studies. I know how these things are done. At least I have learned it from others. I saw where they made mistakes. My PhD thesis was to make sure that we don't commit some of the errors that we are doing now. That is why I focus on South Sudan, to look at the positives and the negatives. And I warned the South Sudanese that the path they have taken was leading down to catastrophe. I told them that their failure to build a nation is going to make the collapse of their state. I repeat, I told the South Sudanese that the failure of nation building will be the end of state building in South Sudan. As long as there is no viable nation, no state can exist. La République du Cameroon is failing because nation building failed long time ago. These are two things. They are synonymous. As nation building has failed, state building cannot succeed, no matter what you do. And what are we doing in Ambazonia? We are making sure that nation building fails because we are still a nation when we have not yet even constructed that state. We are building a doom. Nobody should deceive you. Forget about all the flowery words people will come and say after this. This is what they are building. We still have the time to change course. But we will change course only if you people truly want to change course. You cannot fall victim to the propaganda warfare. Look at what La République is doing. They clone our Facebook accounts. They send information that Dr. Kwanga who has written this, is this one who has said this. And people who cannot think just start believing those things. They go to Twitter, they do the same thing. They send out information, we start believing those Twitter accounts. Because we are people of little faith. We do not have ourselves invested in this struggle. Because if you are invested in this struggle, you know who Dr. Kwanga is. You know who I am. Oh, Dr. Kwanga has sold this struggle. How many times have I sold it? La République has never bought it. You people keep saying I sold it to them. If they bought it, it would have ended. Oh, he has sold this struggle. Oh, he has done this. He has done... And the people who say these things, dime they don't remove. The only thing they remove is airtime. Whether it's Samsung or it's what type of phone they are using, they go to Facebook. The phone is... Facebook does not also choose who create an account. Anybody comes there and say anything, sanctimonious triviality. They insult you, insult your family. They even declare the day you will die, though you will not die. This is got to stop. As you keep on justifying the death of people on ground zero, your own is coming. I know how you people kill Opopo. You pulled him, and you did not prove how angry you were. You proved the level of savagery in some of you. Some of you have written to me and I've told you, stop writing these stuff to me. That was not even all. Before Opopo died, you made him convert. You even forced Opopo to insult me, to attack me. That please, when I go tell Chris Ano, say, this is what Opopo said, I have the audio. This is already implicating Chris Ano. Somebody who was about to die, you people are telling him that he should declare his allegiance to mountain lions and against Sokadev. When I go tell Chris Ano, say, I'm not there with Akwanga, I'm not there with Akwanga. No man not going to use me for do this, for do that. I can show you people the audio I had with Opopo. Less than 72 hours before you people butchered him. What is the end game? You took his phone and then you forced him to make that audio to send to me? He's dead. You've killed him. You solved his personal problems, his personal sins, the errors he might have committed. But you have not taken away his greatness, how formidable he was. Because even if you say he was not fighting, the name of Opopo sent Shiva to the spines of La République du Cameroon. Most of you know that. Most of you, even that fell out with him, you know that. You agree with me? You agree with me? When we are done with the details, we will come out in public. When I come next time, I'm going to sound a warning. And this warning, it will go directly to those who think they can undermine me. Why they think that they are undermining me, not knowing they are undermining this very struggle. You've killed Opopo. You haven't stopped Sokadev. We took the General Maria Akosala. You people claim that there was AMF, that fought. AMF does not have guns. AMF is not a fighting force. AMF is a platform where different groups said they will come together and exchange ideas and talk to one another when there is a problem. That is AMF. AMF never participated in taking down the General Maria Akosala. The General Maria Akosala was a nightmare to Sokadev. We took it down. We have the videos, not what you saw online. We took it down. The camera that they're using, I bought it. A special one. We are still the same people who 2 days after we took again La Republique and brought down 3 military armor trucks with nobody spared. They all died. We did not lose a single person. Within a space of 1 week, we took down the terrorists 3 times. Even after we have just declared our second lifting of Ghost Town, our second and last one, on Monday, June 28th. You see, when we declared one on June 13 to take place on Monday, June 14, and all of you went online and you shifted the Ambazonian war upon me, we said, okay, maybe you people don't like good things. So we took the second one without making an announcement. That is why you were not able to come out to throw insults. Yes, Monday, June 28th, we had our second and last lifting of Ghost Town, and it was successful. We have the pictures, we have the videos. We have church services, we had so many things that happened. It did not stop Ghost Town, because there will be Ghost Town tomorrow. So those of you who said Dr. Kwanga stop Ghost Town, where will you keep your shame? Where will you be? Do you even have shame? You don't have shame. This is the problem we face in this struggle. For each one of you who have come out there to throw all these things, I will have to settle the scores with you people. I'll settle the scores. You've come online. You've tried to attack the very thing you people sent me on a mission. You said, doctor, go on this mission and do this thing on behalf of the Ambazonian coalition team. While I'm in the field doing the mission, you undercut me from behind and attacked me. You said all types of crazy things. You did not know you were attacking the very struggle you are pretending that you are involved in. As if that was not enough. You went down and killed a general of Sokadev, just as you killed the other ones that you took from Kamdev. The story of Kamdev, Mpondo, and the Kamdev robber plantation will be the details in my next discussion, including those of you from IG who borrowed monies that were collected from kidnapping people on ground zero. The amount you borrowed, the people you took the money from, will be the next discussion here live. It is time for the Ambazonian people to see you people for who you are. It is not watching dirty lining in public. None of you have come out to say the attacks you give on other Ambazonians is unacceptable. So since you want to play this game, we will put it in public. I will come after you with every fact that I have. I will spare none. I don't care which group you belong to. I don't care who you think. I don't care whether you have even eaten with me. Know that I will come after you. That is what I'm going to do. It is time for us to stop this madness. It is time for us to stop it. And stop it once and for all. We will make sure that you are limited to Facebook. You are limited to the fundraisings you make out there. And we will keep you out of the southern Cameroons. We will prefer to turn you to be Moses, so that you never see the promised land. Each one of you involved in this act of self-sabotage self-criminalization, in this act of trying to destabilize our struggle, of trying to discourage people who have given their all and all into this struggle. It is time we come after you. The laws of the United States and Western Europe can save you, but it will only be temporal. Because what will come after you will not keep you free. I've told you people, when you send audios, you send videos, be careful. For me, what I say behind is what I say in public. That is the way I operate. And one last thing. I'm sending this warning to all of you who belong to groups and you call yourself activists. Please do not call my phone. Do not write to me. I'm sending these messages. If you are a neutral individual working for this struggle and you want to talk to Dr. Kwanga, I will listen to you. If you belong to a group that you are promoting, that you are propagating, that you are acting as a surrogate, do not call me for any discussion on Facebook on your platform, because I will not come. I'm sending this message to Mr. Daniel, who calls himself Capo. Do not call my phone and do not write to me. I am not your mate. No matter how much you insult me, you will never be like me. And I'll never be like you. This shoulder can never be above this head. I'm older than you. And the things I do are not the things you do. We are not of the same class. And we are not even sure all of us will enter 6 feet on the ground, because we don't know how our lives will end. It is unacceptable. You belong to AGC. If you want to have an interview, go and have it with Comrade Cho Lucas Ayaba. Don't call my phone. Don't write to me. Because I will no longer accord any hearings to you. I will not do that. I'm not going to block you, but I will not talk to you. You are not an activist. You are a surrogate. I'm sending the same message to Don Pashu. You are a surrogate for IG. You are not the only one. There are a good number of you people. If I discover that you were independent-minded, I will talk to you anytime. I will answer any questions. Please, if you belong to IG, call Ikome Sako. Don't call Dr. Kwanga. And to you, my brother, whether you call yourself is Nanchop or whosoever, you said that the only thing that Dr. Kwanga has done for this struggle is to speak wrong grammar and cause confusion for 30 years. Why are you inviting me to come to your platform? You want me to come and speak wrong grammar there? What would the people learn? Don't call me. Don't write to me, please. I'm asking this in public so that you don't think you complain that, oh, you heard some of the things I said behind the scene. No. I have nothing against any of you. You are surrogates. So if you want to talk to somebody, call anybody from your platform and talk to them. Don't call Sokadefians. You are not journalists. 3 days ago, I accorded interview to journalists of a news network from New York in the United States and from Amsterdam in Holland. The interview will come out live. Those are journalists. None of you is a journalist. You are surrogates. You are not even activists. So I don't think, if at one time we have been able to give you people the benefit of doubt, we thought that you will have reason at a certain time. So I don't give a damn whether you go out and insult me. It doesn't mean anything to me. There is no greater insult than what La Republique gave to me. There is none. La Republique insulted me. They molested me. Female gendarmes raped me. They gave me physics, shit, human physics. I ate for 2 weeks. They gave me urine for that same 2 weeks. They kept me in solitary confinement. If you don't know what solitary confinement is, for 24 months. I suffered paralysis out of that. That is why I'm wearing this. They bent plastic bags. They took my head and put my eyes on that plastic bag. That is why I'm wearing this. I'm doing this, wearing these glasses on behalf of each one of you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All of you insulting me. That is why I'm wearing these glasses. There is nobody in my family who puts on this except me. Even my mom and my dad when they were getting older. As old as they were in their 80s. I wear this because of this struggle. But you insult me on it, there is no problem. That is why I said there is no greater insult that is worse than the torture I got from La République du Cameroon. Maybe you guys don't know what I got through these people. The thing is, I can't give up. But I'm forgiving. I'm forgiving for those who tortured me. You people said I met with Eko. Do you know that I missed 5 assassinations in Nigeria? And the person who was head of this assassination was Eko. His director of external research. He was the one who sent the people to kill me or to abduct me. 5. But I was bold enough to sit side by side him to talk about the Southern Cameroons. Akwanga, I sat with him. And he told his people, this man is a great man. What he has done, we cannot believe it. You were there with me, my brother. You heard what he said. He said, we can't believe how he left prison. We respect him for what he has done to us. He's the only person who have ever done that. I sat beside Eko at the head of the table, protected by a security network of the Republic of Ghana, as he himself was also protected by a security network from the Republic of Ghana. I did that, and I've never hid myself away from it, because I know who I am. There is never a thing, there is never a man, there is no way I will ever make a butchery of my conscience. So none of your insults or anything can change me from who I am. I might make mistakes like any other human being, because that is why I continue to seek the face of God and I continue to talk to our forefathers. But when it comes to this struggle, these are my hands. These are my hands. You guys have been looking for everything to throw on me. You throw everything, it doesn't stick. I don't care what you throw on me. I am only worried that what you throw on me might have a negative impact on this struggle. Every time somebody does something, I'm saying, hey, how is it going to make us to be seen around the world? You people come to Facebook and insult me. I have prime ministers on my Facebook account. I have ministers. I have directors, people from different countries. They come and ask me that, what is wrong with these people? That's what they're asking me. What is wrong with these people? I wear an Ambazonian dress, which I have spent money, close to $100, to show my nationalism, how I love my country. Even though it's a flag I have said, I think at the end of the tunnel we have to change it, so that it should represent our sacrifices. Instead of you people to say, oh, thank you, brother, we want to have our own. Some people came and told me, oh, is that something? It's to show you who we are. It's to show you who we are. I'm not going to ask you people to change. I will not. I'm not God. I'm doing my own will. Those of you people who said, they call him who? That prophet who died. TB Joshua. They throw all types of insult. I was not his fan. I don't believe in that level of... I am a Presbyterian. No matter what the church did to me, I don't change my denomination. But I have no problem with people who believe in TB Joshua and the rest. But you saw the way he exited. At a young age. He disappeared. That is the way you put it. So people come into this world and you don't know how they will go. You have to be very careful. We are not all the same. I've told you people, Ambazonians, many of you, please, I don't curse. I can say what I want to say. You know what I mean by cursing. Don't let me curse you. Don't let an individual reach me to a level where I will curse you. For what will happen to you, you will not believe. Please, if anyone is tired, just leave this struggle alone. You did not deposit any employment letter. We did not employ you. We cannot dismiss you. We cannot sack you. Your attitude, your character, your behavior, who you are is what is going to destroy you. It will destroy you. My fear is the impact it is having on this struggle. It is weighing so heavily on this struggle. But what brought me here has brought so much good news. I will not share it here at this time. What brought me here that made IGCs to attack me? What brought me here that made the same people who participated in sending me here, one of the groups, IG, Sako, to attack me, to insult me, to attack my credibility, and to lie even to their own donors of what I was doing, has brought tremendous good news. But it is not yet ready for public consumption. I will do what my conscience says is right. And I will work with any individual or group out there. I thank Maurice for their unflinching support to APLM and Sokadev. I thank Rowan of Mark Njo, Cheps, for their unflinching support. I thank Scapo, SCNC, for at least standing with me, for sending me on a mission and not abandoning me, even verbally. I thank each one of you of the Synergy Group, those in Canada and in Germany, for your tremendous support. It was a wise idea you brought, trying to bring each one of us together. The same idea that the same us who say we are leaders have done everything to destroy it. But I continue to ask you, don't give up. Keep walking the walk. Just do what your conscience says is right. And any individual who is a leader, who does not understand that we are in this all together, one way or the other, do what the Bible says. Dust your legs away from them. And don't go again after them. Leave them alone. And stay focused. I thank each one of you, my hosts who are here. I thank my junior brother, my ambassador, Wesley Angoni Tiku, who is here with me, who have come to be with me and spend time here, and who have been there, who have carried mission from Nigeria back to the southern Cameroons and back, which many of you cannot carry, who have gone and organized our own people at the stadium in Moliko, which today many of you are opening your mouth and you are talking, who helped in building a corner, and each one of you out there, I thank you. I thank Mama Amber for the wonderful support. She's been the pillar to Sokadev from time and time again. She has wept over the death of Opopo. And the only thing she has said, his blood is going to seek justice. I thank you, Ann Janet. I thank each one of you. Sikot Jude. Ajong Divine. My son, Edwin Mekenya Kamara. Our Secretary General, Dr. Emmanuel Taylor. I thank each one of you who are doing tremendous work in Asia, that you are not even afraid of where you find yourself. You are able to stand firm for the good of this struggle. Continue to play your own role. And finally, I want to thank those of you who have been insulting me, castigating me, demeaning me, and plotting evil against me. There is one good thing you are doing. Every time you insult me, every time you demean me, every time you plot evil against me, you uplift my spirit. You help take away my sins. And you give me a reason to keep on fighting. I can assure you that without your insults, without your attacks, without your lies, without your surrogacy against me, I might have become as weak as you by flesh. I might have become one of you. But you have given me reason to look deeper, to look into my inner self, and to stick to that conviction that I will never make a butchery of my conscience. So thank you for your insults. And thank you for all the evil prayers. Because the more you pray evil against me, the more protection I get from the Holy Spirit and from our forefathers. I know some of your insults are out of frustration. But it is good that you are doing it to me because I can withstand them. Spare other Ambazonians who do not have the strength, the moral fortitude to withstand them. Don't scare them away from this struggle. Ntum Mbu Herbert, Bobe, Chia Innocent, I thank each one of you. Emma Osong, to our brothers and sisters who are in Asia, in Malaysia, in Singapore, whom I spoke to a few days ago, who are working diligently for this struggle, I thank each one of you. But I will equally continue to thank the Swiss Confederacy. Because where we are today, what we have at least achieved within that good news have come through your quiet but dogged diplomacy. As much as from time to time we have been frustrated in the way things are going. But we thank you that at a time when other countries shy away from sticking out their neck, the Swiss Confederacy said, we will stick out our neck and take the blame. We thank each one of you for doing that. As angry as we are with the Canadians, we thank you for the funding. And we will always continue to thank the government of the United States of America. Because even the craziest action you take for our struggle is better than non-action. And we'll continue to call those who are in the House of Commons, who can speak truth to power, to continue to do so. To Florentine Funch and all others who from time to time have played their own role, we thank you. To every fighter on ground zero who is doing the right thing, who is holding the fortitude, but who are truly protecting our people. To every Sokadefian, Captain Zabra, Colonel Fokoyo, General of Army, Transporter, to each one of you whose names have not been called. We love each one of you, and we thank you for every sacrifice you have already made. As you said to me 2 days ago and even yesterday, Papa, we are with you, no shaking. No matter what they say and no matter what they do, we will listen to you, we will walk with you, we will fight with you until freedom comes. Thank you. Thank each one of you. And may you have a beautiful evening. And to those who have ready their phones and their fingers to start typing insults, let the battle begin. Good night.